Welcome to Around Town, featuring what's happening here in the greater Concord area. I'm your host, Dick Patten. It's a pleasure to welcome you back as we now are in the autumn season, and of course, we're marching on towards the big season of all, the holiday season. And so, with that in mind, today is actually the first day of my Christmas shows that I'll be doing. And with me today is Linda and Becky from Operation Santa Claus. As we've done for many years, we've started off with Operation Santa Claus, and so it's a pleasure to have you both back in, and both in actually. And now Becky is the new chairman, I understand. Linda is retired a little bit after how many years? And
Well, 6 years as chairperson, but I've worked on Operation Santa for over 20.
I was going to say, yeah, you've been quite a veteran on there. And Becky, you're in how many years you've been involved?
About 5 or 6 now.
And so
Yeah.
you've now all availed to that chairmanship there, and you're looking
Yep.
forward to it?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun ride, I think. I've only been doing it for about 2 weeks now, so I'm still a newbie.
Well, it's funny because I was out in Ann Arbor, Michigan this last weekend, and of course they've got all the Halloween stuff, and I mean Halloween stuff. I've never seen so much Halloween in my life out there, decorations. But then in the corner of the store we were in, there's the Christmas stuff, trees, and I thought, whoa, they really are pushing it out here. A lot of decorated trees. Well, then I come back home and someone said, well, haven't you been down to, and I don't know if it was Home Depot or Lowe's, but they've got all their Christmas trees up and lighted. And I thought, wow, they really are pushing it.
So does Sam's.
That's where it was. Sam's Club, yes, that's where they saw it. Because I know Walmart was getting a place all cleaned out, ready to put that stuff in their seasonal room or whatever out there. But when I was there 2 weeks ago, they hadn't gotten it out yet, but they were getting ready.
I couldn't believe it. I said, I'm not ready for this because, of course, now is our big time,
Yeah.
getting ready for the children and all that. And so it just hits you in the face. We don't have that much time left.
Now, we start early with applications right now. Do you mail them out, or do people just contact you? And
Oh, go ahead. We mail sponsor letters out to people on our mailing list.
yeah,
We're always looking for more sponsors, obviously, so they can contact us, and we will. And we also have Facebook that they
Yes,
can get
I saw
on
your
Facebook,
page.
and the sponsor letter is on there, so they can turn around and get there and get a sponsor letter and go out. But we always mail them out the 1st of September to the various sponsors that have donated in previous years. So this is our heavy time. We haven't sent any children out yet. We don't have all the children in from the district offices, from the caseworkers. So once we get them, then we'll start passing out the children.
So when do people contact their district offices or the parents, I mean, to get them on the list? When's that start? July or
Well,
August?
We turn around and send the district offices the forms, the case forms. We try to do it at the beginning of July. It doesn't always get there, but that's when we try. And then the caseworkers will notify the parents of the children and try to get sizes for clothes and different wants for the children and things like that. And then once they get that information, they'll put it on the case sheet and send the case sheet to us.
That's what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks, is getting into the computer and taking all the case sheets off and checking them over to make sure that there's no mistakes, or if there's any weird things going on. We print them out and we look them over. Then we save them and put them in a database so we have them for reference.
Wow. And so last year you did how many kids? Any idea if you remember?
We had about 2,800 children, and then we do children for a couple of other, there's the Philbrook House and the Sununu
Sununu,
House. We don't give them presents like all the
Yeah.
other children, but we try to give different things for the
Place.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want
like-
to call
Like athletic equipment we gave them one
Yeah.
year, arts and craft
Crafts.
supplies or
it DVDs.
yep, DVDs, stuff that the center may need rather than individual needs. More
So
of a-
you don't give them individual gifts
No.
then, per se.
No,
Oh, okay.
but it gives something for the individual wards or whatever they call them. So that the children will have something new that they can look at for DVDs, or somebody wanted soccer balls so they could go outside and play soccer, that sort of thing. It's for the group opposed to the
Oh,
individual
okay.
children.
yeah, we try to check in with them and see what their need is, so that we don't just get them things that they don't need.
Right.
Any idea what you started with though years ago? This is what, the 51st or 53rd
I
year?
think it's close to 55.
Yeah, I was thinking
Um,
around there.
There were, I believe there were 12 children
12
that
children.
they started with at the very beginning. And they turned around and the state police delivered the presents to the children. Now, of course, we get all the presents in to our warehouse, and then the
National Guard.
National Guard, thank you. The National Guard comes, and it's really amazing. If anybody ever wants to come and help that day, they're more than welcome. But to have all the presents put in the truck and have, we have a line, and we just pass the presents through this line up into the trucks, and then have them, the National Guard brings it to the district office. And then the district office, the caseworkers get in touch with the various parents, and then the parents come and pick up the gifts. So it's just, it's a lot of work. You work hard, and you're tired, but it's so heartwarming to
Rewarding.
know that these kids are going to get a Christmas
Yeah,
because of what we've done,
sure.
and everybody else that's contributed. You know, it's important. We can't do it without them.
No.
You know, there's no way we can do it without them.
Yeah, we have a lot of the behind the scene people. Like myself, I still work 40 hours a week, so
Yeah.
a lot of those activities I can't participate in.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to make that one this year so that I can help out. I really think it's a good cause, a good organization,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm always asking people if they'd like to be sponsors for children.
Yes.
Now they don't get to see. Let's see now. Some of them I know do name tag, not names, but tags on a tree. How do you do yours now? Say like if someone wants to donate or to do this, now how do they just contact you, or are there?
Yep. We're different from the tag on the tree because when you get a tag on a tree, they're asking for a specific gift for a specific child.
Yeah.
Whereas we ask people to donate a minimum of $70 per child.
Oh, okay.
And we give you a case sheet of this child, and on this case sheet it gives you the child's first name. We have no idea the last name, the age of the child, and the size. And this is for clothes and whatnot. And then sometimes, not sometimes, hopefully they give us some items that they want to play with, some toys and things like that. $70 is a lot for some people. So what you could do if you wanted to sponsor a child, you take and get together with some friends. $20 a piece, you can turn around and
Sure.
4 people can sponsor a child.
Yeah.
Remember the $70 a minimum, so you could spend $80 for this child. You could get the child the presents that they want. And I tell everybody, you know, we give you this case sheet. That doesn't mean you have to buy everything on
Yeah, I know.
the list. Some
Yeah.
people think they do. No,
Oh,
that's
yes.
not. These are suggestions of what you can get the children. It doesn't mean this is what you have to get. Okay, they're suggestions.
Sure.
And the sizes, it tells you what they need for clothes. So,
I remember one year back a number of years, because there's other agencies that are doing stuff, but I remember one that was doing these tags on trees or whatever it was, and you had to get exactly what
Yeah.
this kid wanted. And some of that stuff, is name brands are expensive, and it's like, boy, if you went out and bought this X amount of thing, it's like, whoo, you're going way over.
Yeah.
And it's tough, but yet they don't want a name brand. A store brand. They want the actual whatever, and it's like, hey, some people can't do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Some people look at our case sheets and they'll see an older child, and an older child wants a iPad, or they want this or that, and then people get angry. And I try to emphasize that, number one, they're putting down what they would like. I can't afford an iPad for me. I'm not about to buy it for a child.
Really.
But it has been known that people has bought them. If they don't ask for it, they're not going to get it. And this child just wants to be like every other child.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be angry because they want something, they're not going to get it.
Right.
That doesn't mean you have to buy it, but you don't have to be angry because they want it. They just want to be like every other child. And you get what you can afford for this child, and that's all we ask. And that's really all that they ask. It's just, if they don't ask, they're not going to get.
Well, when I was a kid, when we used to go up to my grandmother's farm, and of course she'd always have the Sears or Montgomery catalogs, and we'd sit there and look, and we missed it. But folks can't. That's what kids are. They want to have this and that, but they can't get it. But you've got some that you're right. They will get that, and even like in the real cases, the parents, if they want to make their kids happy, they will go out and spend $1,000, $2,000, and it's like no wonder they expect it. But hey, some kids just can't. They can't do it.
These children, last year brought home to me, something was given to a child, and I got, the caseworker contacted me because they got some bikes. And the caseworker contacted me and they said, Linda, these children are homeless. The children were 11 and 7.
Oh.
They're homeless. It made me sick.
Oh, yeah.
So we turned around and we gave them gift cards so that they could turn around and get what the children needed.
Sure.
This happens. It's very rare. Most of the time, what people give is not changed, but sometimes it has to be, for whatever reason. So this year, what we'll do is 2 other children will receive the bikes because we've got them, and we will make sure that the other children get them.
Yeah. Now you had an unfortunate incident too last year, if I remember right.
Yes.
Hopefully this year that the Scrooges won't be around, and
the Scrooge tried to kill Christmas and take it away, but people came up and made sure that everybody that was affected received the gifts that they were supposed to have.
Yeah.
Most everything that was stolen were gift cards, not gift cards that you gave or whatever. These are children, older children, that all they needed, and the caseworkers said this is what's best for them.
Yeah.
So we turned around with all the donations and the fundraising that we do, we got all these gift cards. And so we were able to replace them all. There were a few presents that were stolen, but we have a very good system of knowing what children were sent out, who took them, and what came in. So we were able to find out rather quickly what presents were missing.
Oh, that's good.
Thankfully, it was before all the presents were due, so there weren't a lot of presents there. And it gave us time to replace them. So that was good. Another thing this year is we have bought security for the location.
Oh, that's
so
good.
we're not going to have these. I'm sorry, I can't tell you the company that did it, but they gave us the system at cost. And we're going to monitor it so that if there's anybody has any ideas that Mr. Grinch needs to come again this year, he will be sadly mistaken, because he will find something there.
Well, it's terrible. It's very sad to think that something as stupid as low as that to, ruin the Christmas for everybody.
I was sick. I was sick.
I think we all were. Read that in the paper. It's
To have somebody that low.
Yeah.
That low. And I consider that low, taken from children.
It is. It's disgusting. But I don't know. That's how life has changed somewhat. I don't get it. So they start in July with you, and then of course everything has to be in by what? Middle December? September.
Well, no.
Oh,
the case.
The case forms have to be in
okay.
by September, by the middle of September.
Okay.
So that we know how many kids that we're going to have. And then, like I said, we go over them and make sure that everything is correct on them. And then once that happens, we start handing them out to people who want to be sponsors.
Oh, okay.
And then around
December
5th is the day that it all needs to be in, and so that the girls have a little bit of time to make sure that everything's bagged up and ready for the National Guard to come on the 11th this year. Or is it the 11th or the 14th?
I think it's the 14th.
14th.
But there's always stragglers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You turn around and we know what children have been received, what ones are still missing. So then we start calling, you've taken one child, two children, and we need to get them down here.
Sure.
And so, and sometimes, unfortunately, people find that they've taken some children and they can't meet the obligation that they started. Things happen.
Oh, yeah.
Things
they do.
happen.
They
And
do.
so if they let us know that they cannot follow through with those children, then we can either get other sponsors or use some money. People send us money because they can't do shopping and whatnot.
Yeah,
And we
exactly.
can use that money to turn around and purchase gifts for those. We have shoppers that do nothing but go out and shop for children.
Oh, boy.
They can't necessarily afford to, do, we have shoppers that do 30 children, 40 children.
Oh,
I couldn't do it, but
Oh.
we have shoppers that do that. They don't have the money to do 40 children,
No.
but they are more than willing to do the shopping for them if we give them the money. And so we make sure they turn around, they go purchase the things that the child has on the case sheet. They bring the money in, we give them the money at that time. They have to use their own money to begin with. And then they'll take some more and go out and shop for some more. So
Wow.
it works out well. It works out well.
That's one of my favorite things to do is shop for the children.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Now, do you have to wrap these up? Are these all sent with the wrapping paper? Or?
Well, sometimes people do wrap, and then there are some that say do not wrap.
Yeah.
So I don't think we discourage wrapping, but
Some districts
yeah.
prefer not to have wrapping because
Yeah.
unfortunately there have been instances where the caseworkers have noticed items that are not should not be given to a child,
Yeah.
and so they just want to make sure there's nothing, everything that people give to a child goes to the child.
Sure.
Unless specific, circumstances. However, there's always, unfortunately, in society, people that might give things that should not go to a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they just want to make sure that no child is hurt.
That's good, though. What do you think would be the hot items this year? Any idea what kids will think will ask for? I mean, what's the top toy request or the top clothing request? Or?
I haven't had a chance to look, and unfortunately, I don't have a young child to think of it.
I know Frozen is still big. Frozen with the two princesses there that
Oh,
dance
is
with
that the Disney?
the new Disney one that just came out.
Okay.
But I noticed a lot of people were asking for Frozen stuff. I know like for the boys, I know like the Avatar and Spider-Man and all the, the Hulk and all those are big for boys. I've noticed.
Yeah.
So maybe those will be the big items. But I know Disney has come out with some new good movies, like Dory and
Yeah.
a pet's life or a dog's life. That's come out. And I'm sure it's gonna have some stuff for Christmas most likely. So
So the kids, but if they don't have some kind of a DVD player or TV or whatever they call them there, I mean, what do you do? I mean,
Well, a lot of them don't, and so of course they don't ask for
Yeah,
that
oh,
sort of
okay,
thing,
oh,
okay?
okay, yeah.
If they do happen to ask for it, then we have to know specifically, if they have a game, we have to know what kind of game.
Sure.
Because there's so many of them out there. And so we'll contact the caseworkers, but a lot of them have older games, and not the fancy new ones that I know they have.
one that I was looking at, one of my sheets that I'm pulling off the computer, and I noticed that there was a little girl who was an equestrian, and she asked for a gift card to her equestrian shop that she likes, and that would be nice if
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
if to get stuff that the kid, allow her to go in shopping. Maybe she needs a new pair of boots or something like that, or maybe a new cowboy hat.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of
Things
cool.
that she
was
can't
cool.
get normally,
Yeah.
Interesting.
And last year, I remember we had a boy who wanted gift card because he was saving up for an iPad. That's what he
Really?
was doing. He was only asking for a gift card so that he could save up. He was trying to save up his money.
Yeah.
He had a part-time job and he was trying to save up money to get his own iPad. So some of them have very interesting stories to them as far as what they're willing to do. He didn't want anybody to give it to him.
No. No.
He's willing to get it himself, but that's what he wanted help for.
Interesting. Does anybody actually ask for like clothing, like winter jackets?
Oh, yes.
Pants or things like
Yeah,
that?
we have a
or-
lot of children that the caseworker will put down, needs ski pants, needs winter jacket,
Well,
needs
that's
this.
good.
And we have some sponsors who at the end of the season, they'll buy the winter coats and everything in January when it all goes on sale.
Sure. Yeah.
And then they'll ask for a child size, whatever. You can ask for a child with a specific size. You can ask for a child with a specific age.
Yeah.
We will try very, very hard to give you what you want. But I have a lot of people, and of course, the more they hear about it, the more they do
Oh yeah,
that.
sure.
And they'll turn around and get winter clothes. They'll get a winter jacket, winter ski pants, winter boots. The whole works, and
Yeah.
say, I need a child this size. And that way they can get $70 doesn't go far.
No, it doesn't really.
But
And
I
we've
bought a
said
winter
that.
jacket one year for $8.
Yes.
You
yeah.
buy a winter jacket for $8. You buy mittens and hats and ski pants. You can buy them all that
Oh,
stuff
I
for a
know.
lot less.
We've done that. When we take kids on, the wife would go in January and buy a lot of things on
Yep.
sale for the next
Yep.
year. But what happens if a kid wants something from the summertime? Even though it's coming into winter, you get some summer requests too.
I haven't noticed any. There's always kids that want T-shirts and things like that, but you can get them anytime.
Yeah.
A lot with printed T-shirts of their favorite person that they like. They like those.
I
Yeah.
was going to say whether you think even though it's coming to an end, but like the Red Sox or Patriots, maybe not
Yeah.
so much Patriots stuff now because that's still coming into the holiday season, but like Red Sox, even Celtic stuff will be coming in.
But you
Bruins,
can still get the athletic
yeah.
T-shirts and,
Yeah.
and things like that. So, yeah, it's still possible.
Christmas is such a magical time. I mean, I don't care what age you are. You're still, I've said this many times when I spoke with you in the last few years about what we started, and I said, everybody wants a young child or an infant. When they start getting up toward the 10-year-olds and that, They don't want to buy them. A 12-year-old, oh, they don't need that. All I want is a small kid.
Yeah.
That's all Christmas is for. No, I mean, hey, I was up there. I don't care. I still love getting a gift at Christmas.
That's right.
You know, I don't care if I'll be 90 years old. I still want something. You know, but that's the way it is. You know, and of course, Christmas has changed since we were kids.
You imagine a child going to school
Yeah.
after Christmas, after
Yeah.
Christmas break,
Yeah.
where they all tell what they got
That's
for
right.
Christmas.
Exactly.
What did you get for Christmas? Oh, well, I don't care about Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Of course they do. I've
Yes,
said that
they do.
right along. Of course, the sad part is that you've got some kids who are Hanukkah in there, and of course they don't say they're Jewish or something, but yet now we're starting to see Hanukkah stockings, you know, and gifts for, and so of course, have you ever had that come up on your cards at all, your
No.
paperwork?
No.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I just wonder because it's now the beginning. It's sad, but they're starting to commercialize the Hanukkah season.
I think, see, that's would be a job for the caseworkers. Because they're giving us children's names and everything for Christmas. If it's Hanukkah, I don't know if Hanukkah's before Christmas, isn't it?
I think it's the week before, isn't it?
This year, I think it starts Christmas Eve.
Oh, does it?
Last year, it was early. It was in last of November.
I
But
thought
this
I could
year, I was
remember.
looking at the dates because, there, I think, if I'm right, it's December 24th starts Hanukkah this year.
Okay.
I thought it was always the week before our Christmas.
No,
I didn't realize it jumped around.
No, it jumps around because, like I said, last year it was right after Thanksgiving, or either within days after Thanksgiving it was. Yeah, because how I know is because I have a friend who's like a best friend, and he observes Hanukkah, and he and I both have exchanged gifts with each other. 'Cause I always get him his Hanukkah, and I always at the tree lighting have a miniature menorah that I light up for those who do Hanukkah. They are there. And I always look for the cards in the store the same way. I've never got into Kwanzaa, but Hanukkah I definitely get into. But it is, you always get that one case that might happen. But well, we're coming to a close of Around Town, and I can't believe the time has gone so fast. But who can they call if people want to be a sponsor or assist or whatever? How do they get a hold of you folks?
They can always call 271-3411,
Okay.
and the receptionist, you dial O, get the receptionist, and they can always take their name and address,
Okay.
and we can send them a sponsor letter.
Okay.
They can go on Facebook,
Yes.
and they can go on SEIU1984.org, and they can get a sponsor form from there. Anyway, or like I said, just call 271-3411 and just ask for one, and we will send one to them.
That's good. Well, thank you, Linda, for all you've done and still doing. And Becky, welcome you aboard to the big spot there, and your interest as well. Because it's funny because nowadays a lot of young people don't want to be involved. They don't mind donating, but to be in that group. And it's good to see young people like yourself, Becky, in there. So,
Thank you.
well,
I hope to do a good job
you
as chair, and I hope to be able to answer more questions next time we come on the air.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. And if you get to the point where you're lacking something, come on back on before Thanksgiving, and we'll get you back on again. So
Okay.
as we get ready to kick off the holiday season, so
She'll do fine.
yes, you will. You'll do very well. So with that in mind, we want to thank you for joining us with Around Town. I'm your host, Dick Patten, and thanks to my director over there, Ian, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon as we get ready for the 2016 holiday season. So have a great day. Go have fun in the apple orchard, and we'll see you all soon.